Hi and welcome to another in the series of the making of from tracks from my latest album Lifestory, Fast Cakes. This one, again, it's got a bit of a tortured history. What I set out to do at the start, in the middle of 2013, was a cover versions album, an album of songs by other people, and I wanted to do a version of a song called Far Canal, which is by a very obscure singer-songwriter called Calidor Tessio. I actually saw him in concert on Second Life, and I really liked this song called Far Canal, so I bought the song on iTunes and worked out the chords and set about doing a backing track, and I did a basic backing track. And I started doing the vocals with the full intention of having the song finished, and it soon became apparent to me that I was not capable of singing this song to my satisfaction. I'll just let you hear a little bit, a couple of lines from my version of Far Canal, which I rejected, and you'll when you hear it you'll know why.
I would walk unhindered through the land between the town.
Now, as you can hear there, it's pretty painful stuff. The original by Calidor Tessio is a beautiful song. It's acoustic guitar and he sings it really nicely, and obviously it's not a song that I can manage to do. So what the problem I had then was I had this very elaborate multi-track backing track which I spent a great deal of time putting together, and no song, as it were. So like I did with one of the other songs on the album, which is a Memory Stick, I decided to put my own song onto the backing track. So it ended up that the song had the same chord sequence as Far Canal, but a totally different melody line and feel, which I'd put on as a new thing. So it's now called The Sirens Call, and I'll show you now how I put together the backing track. Right, as is normal with these songs, I either have a click track or a drum rhythm to get things going, and this was the drum track that I constructed for this particular song. So it's like a congas kind of feel to it. Obviously it's a slowish song, so there's not much going on percussion wise. What I did with the backing track was I actually had about a minute of instrumental at the start, which was different to the Far Canal song. So it's like a little bit of an introduction, which is my song, as it were. And I tried to sound a little bit like Vangelis, something like that. So it started off with me putting some pads over the top of it, over the top of the drums, and laid a few tracks. And I did a couple of tracks on 1 and 2 synths, and on 7 and 8 a couple more. And this is what they sound like together. So there you go, some nice strings to start with. So on top of that I put some more strident string sounds just to give it a bit more focus. So you see they're a little bit more strident. Now on top of that I added some weird sounding synths, which sort of floated about and made spooky noises. I'll play that on its own with the drums so you can hear it. See, it's a little bit more like of a piano sound, and then it's got these funny swoops that were on the synth that I added. So that adds a little bit to the atmosphere. So this is all building up now. So this is what it sounds like all together. Right, to this I was adding some more percussion at the beginning and some bass. I added some bass, and I don't know what the name of the percussion is. It's like a rattling sound. You'll hear it anyway in a sec. You hear the bass playing here and this rattling percussion which I added. Hear that there? That was some percussion I added. So I said about recording, writing and recording a whole new set of lyrics and melody, and the song eventually was called the Sirens Call. And okay, so on the lyrics, the song is kind of about my songwriting and how valuable it is to me in my life, and whether it's of any value to anyone else, that kind of thing. And I had an opening line which I quite liked, which is, "I sold my soul for rock and roll, but I'd like to take it back," which I sort of had for a while, and I sort of built on that as a theme. And this is how the vocals started the song.
Well, I sold my soul for rock and roll, but I'd like to take it back. It took too long to sing my melody.
Okay, so that was the lyrics coming together. I was quite pleased with that. In the end, I decided to add a piano melody in the verses as a counterpoint to the lyrics, and this is what I added on piano.
Well, I sold my soul for rock and roll, but I'd like to take it back. It took too long to sing my melody. I'm really not to blame. I'm walking tall and wait the sirens call.
So there we go, the verses were coming together, and I quite like that piano which was behind the vocal as a counterpoint melody. That was weaving in and out, so that was coming together. Now the choruses was quite a sort of a dramatic build-up to the choruses. So what I did was I added cymbals, and the main thing that I added to add to the drama of the chorus was a timpani, which if you don't know, is, you know, those big drums at the back of orchestras that they use to make a big statement. I decided to use those, and I think it worked quite well. I'll just play a little bit of the chorus with the timpani.
Can you hear the voice? Shall we all rejoice?
What I'll do is I'll play the timpani on its own and then with the track. There we go, that was the timpani on its own, and I'll play it now with the track.
Can you hear the voice? Shall we all rejoice? Or do?
So there you go, that was the chorus coming together with the timpani and the voice. I added some backing vocals. So this is the vocals on their own with the harmonies. I did a lead vocal, a tracking vocal, and 2 harmony vocals.
Can you hear the voice? Shall we all rejoice? Or do we have to all?
There we go, so that was the vocals sorted out. On the chorus, to add to the timpani building up, I added what's called a rotary guitar. And it's a keyboard, but it sounds a bit like a guitar. It's kind of like a slide guitar effect, and that all helps to build up the drama for the chorus. This is what they sound like on their own. So there we go, that was some rotary guitar on the chorus. What with one or two other tracks, I added some mellotron and obviously some bass. That filled up the full 24 tracks. There wasn't a great deal in the mixing, it was fairly straightforward, it kind of mixed itself, it was quite an easy one to do. And this is what it sounds like when it's all come together.
Well, I sold my soul for rock and roll, but I'd like to take it back. It took too long to sing my melody. I'm really not to blame that the songs all sound the same. I'm walking tall and wait the sirens call. Can you hear the voice? Shall we all rejoice? Or do we have to walk away and play with our own toys? I'd really like to tell you the writing's on the wall, but I'd like the wall to fall after all. The sirens call. So I made a mess of happiness, went right off the scale. It all went wrong despite my honesty. We only get one chance to taste the word romance. I'm humbled now, wait the sirens call. Can you hear the voice? Shall we all rejoice? Or do we have to walk away and play with our own toys? I'd really like to tell you the writing's on the wall, but I'd like the wall to fall and to heed the sirens call after all. The sirens call. The sirens call. The sirens call.
There we go, you can buy the new 14-track Fast Cakes album, Lifestory. It's out now on CD Baby, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, etc. Thank you.